Now I would like to solicit my invitation to Mr. Vinod Nair ji. We are sharing his video. Just wait for a while, sir.
Sure, please.
Sir, is it visible to you?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
All right. So I would like to present my way of approaching education. I make design video games. I've been in the gaming industry since over 18 years, and I teach game designs. That's essentially what I do at this particular point on a site. Now, I am emphasizing the art of design thinking, and I would love to have us teachers and educators encourage our children to get into design thinking at an early stage, so that our like by the time they are out of the school, they actually understand a lot more nuances about how or why education is important, and not just something that they have to cram up by the end of the year and vomit on the answer sheet. The next slide, please. So as educator, I believe it is important for us to encourage thinking, and not just thinking, but thinking in terms of how do we think for a solution? How do we do design thinking over here? So, like, just to sort of emphasize what design thinking is, it's about few stages that we actually take as a systematic approach. It starts with we empathize with the people who are having a problem. We understand them. We understand their experiences. We observe them. We conduct interviews and whatnot, and we define a user with his problems around, and say that, okay, this is a particular problem a user of a certain kind of background, or the user coming from a certain kind of society is having. Based on that, as design thinking as discipline, we encourage ideation to say, okay, how do we actually come up with an idea that will solve the problem, and how do we take maybe a not related solution around it to bring around a solution that can possibly address either the whole problem or a part of the problem. Now, based on that, we go into a prototyping phase, followed by the testing, the implementation, and it goes into an iteration where it can be constantly evolved over time to come up with a solution which is better than the previous one. Now, next slide, please. So hypothesis around right now is, the one I'm trying to make, is that design thinking leads to application of interdisciplinary studies subjects in the school. Now, this is a hypothesis I'm putting forth, and I'm just going to take a small problem statement in the next slide to figure out how we actually can encourage design statements or design thinking in our own schools. The next slide. So the problem statement that I'm taking over here is, how do we get a lighter school bag? Now, this is a problem that I believe every student can relate to, practically himself or herself. Now, the next slide. While I'm not over here to discuss actual design, but I'm trying to drive the fact that what is the impact of such a design thinking exercise if we are doing with the students. So one, of course, it forces the students to discuss and interact with each other. So they would actually sit and figure out why or what kind of a problem are they facing with the current school bag, and how do we actually come around it. So they have essentially, they're digging in a little deeper to understand the cause, the root cause over here. And when they're thinking, they're actually starting to work across multiple disciplines, whether it is physics, whether it's biology, whether it's art, whether it's 3D modeling, material science, civic behavior, more importantly. That will lead to innovation or prototyping from their end, which can be put to test as a hypothesis, which can be deployed. Once deployed, you can collect feedback from the students again, whether the solution is actually meeting up the standards or not. And if not, or even if it is, we still can get into an iteration where we can start to better the designs. So, the next slide, please. The point that I was trying to make over here is that we really need to change the way we educate. We need to start interlinking the subjects together. We need to actually start talking about coming up with solutions instead of just talking about the subjects and what the subject entitles for us to learn. And that will be all, please.
Is it done, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it is done.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you, Ms.
precious
Anila.
words. And you have seriously invoked such a crucial problem among the children, how to reduce the weight of their bag. Thank you.